Hi there. Today's video is about activating some graphite and homemade sugar carbon in sulfuric acid and phosphoric acid. I think the stuff's gone really thick. It's been sitting in this jar for about a month. It's probably overkill, but the weather wasn't right to do the burning. So both carbons have gone thick, and it sounds like, or it looks like it's fractured the graphite, which is Dixon's air spun graphite. It's quite good, it's very fine. There's only 3 grams of graphite and 8 grams of my homemade sugar carbon in there. And I made up these little moulds. This was my first one. I thought I'd make 2 little bricks and carve that out, but as you can see, I chiseled most of that out and got to this little corner right here, had a little lump, and thought I'd chisel it out, and it snapped right across there. So it may work, that one. And it's got a lid as well. That's made out of the same refractory as my furnace is, which we're going to try. And the second time I made another mould, I stacked these laminated plates together and wrapped them in wax paper, and sort of filled this little container with cement, put that in there, made that part. I put another piece of wax paper over the top and dropped some more wet cement and formed the whole thing. Later I cut through there and then it snapped open anyway, and it's formed a little nice sealing lid for it. So we'll see how that goes, and they're going to go in there, that little CO2 fire extinguisher. And around the outside of that, since I'm burning that, I'm going to try some feather carbons. Apparently the feather is really good for storing hydrogen. So we'll see how it goes for a battery carbon as well. I don't think you're allowed to crush this carbon up. So hopefully some of the fumes will escape from this and also activate those feathers all in the one go. And it's also going to test out the refractory today. So it's pretty well dried. The lid's extremely light, hopefully it holds together. It's way lighter than the plaster. So I'll set everything up. I'm going to probably burn it for about 4 hours on around about 400 degrees. I'll bring it up to slow temperature though, and I'm going to seal around the outside here with some clay. Maybe it falls off, maybe it doesn't, just to try to keep the fumes in, because I'm using sulfuric acid and phosphoric, so I don't really want them gases to come out too much. Alright, I'll set that up and I'll get back. Okay, I have the graphite and homemade sugar carbon in sulfuric acid and phosphoric acid solution. It's probably going to be all bubbly and porous. I'm hoping it's going to form a little electrode cookie. That's the second one. It's pretty thick, it won't leak through that hole hopefully, but it certainly did go thick with the sulfuric acid and phosphoric acid exfoliating the graphite. Alright, I'll put them on. I'm going to bind them with that bit of copper. We're not going to be super hot. That one's bound around there to hold it together with the copper as well. So I'm going to wrap it around the top and sandwich it in. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I got the feathers packed around the moulds. It's going to be an interesting smell, I imagine. Hopefully the clay will seal that lid. It's just kitty litter clay. I got soaking in some water at the moment. Alright, I'll play the lid on, fire it up, and I'll get back. Okay, I have the clay wrapped around, sealing it. Hopefully it works. Doesn't really matter, I got weight in there. It sort of self-seals, but I don't really want to smell the feathers burning. So I got my burner set. Got the gas bottle, brand new one today. Shouldn't take up too much of that gas. So I'll fire it up and see what we get. Okay, I'm going to just slowly warm it with a yellow flame for now. I'll stick the lid on. We're only running just under 5 psi, and it looks like it's going to rain. Alright, I'll see you in 4 hours. It's going to rain, so I've got a lid on it. I've done it before with a lid on it. Caught me out once before and it seems to work, keeps the water off. You can hear it sort of working. Alright, 4 hours time, see what we get. Well, it doesn't look like the clay's held, it's smoking and it stinks. I smell feathers. I forgot to say it's only been burning for half hour. It's only just getting warm now, and then it burns smoke for about 15 minutes. It's about 35 minutes. The refractory looks like it's working. It's 36 there. 138 on the torch lid, 60 inside there. Oh, get it in there. 289 degrees at the moment. So seems to be alright. I haven't heard any cracks or anything. Don't like that smoke. It smells. Okay, it's been an hour, it stopped smoking, still smells a little bit. This bit here is 120 degrees, 47. Okay, back after it's 3:30. We started at 11 o'clock and we're off the rail there. Got it to about that's about 550. We're about a metre away, so we're probably about 1,800 degrees. The lid is only 160. And the nozzle right at the end, 270 right there. We poke it in there, 400. Seems to be holding up. A bit of cement there. It's high. Okay, we're at 500 right there, and we're about 600 millimeters or more. Alright, I'll just turn. I'll keep it running for a bit. We'll get a glove on. Shatter, who knows, with the cold heat, coldness. Alright, so I'll look at that tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day. The refractory looks like it's held up a bit. there's a slight little crack here and one there on the lid. Inside seems to be holding together good. It's gone like, it sounds like ceramic almost. It's got like tension in it now. But it held up. The clay didn't sort of work, it just spread right over the outside of the tub. So I'll get gloves on, I'll get that out and we'll see what sort of carbon we have. I lost the start video, for some reason it went to slow-mo, and I was describing what carbon I was using. It's feathers and activated carbon. Alright, I'll get back with this tub. Okay, that's the contents of the container. So that was where the feathers were, so nothing looks like a feather actually. And I think I put a bit more than that much in there. This stuff's like really shiny. That could be the stuff what squirted out of those moulds. But I got the ohms. Yeah, it's on automatic scale. I'll just see if I can get the probe on here. It's going to be fumble fingers. So it's looking about 29 ohms on that little piece. And for the activated graphite and homemade sugar carbon, I think it's just it's not going to form a cookie like I wanted in that one. I'll check the resistance. Oh, it's all powdery. Maybe it didn't get too hot. Look at the resistance. Ah, it's going up. I would have thought it probably needed more heat. I reckon the refractory is making it heat resistant. And the other one, same deal. I think it's soft in there as well. Yep, it's just all powdery. So it may have just dried and not got hot enough, because normally it should form a crust. I'll scrape all these out. That's the same material, so I can keep it in the same container. Nothing around the edge is super conductive. How about on the top? Oh, look. It's in the K ohms though. That's leaf residue or overspill. I'll collect some of that stuff too, I think. Alright, I'll gather it up and see what we got. Okay, so this is apparently the feather carbon. That's the only stuff on the outside, so nothing looks like a feather though. The feathers could have all burnt away, they did smell. And that's the graphite and homemade sugar activated in sulfuric acid and phosphoric acid. This one is really shiny. Alright, so I'll crush it up and we'll make a cell out of it. Alright, thanks for watching. Hi there, just a quick update with the carbon. The carbon on the outside of the cylinder, the first lot I showed you, well, I'm not sure if it's carbon because it's quite magnetic completely. It could be that Wonder Material stuff, but it doesn't normally. Oh, well, I didn't think I got it that hot. The whole tub, the outer, the CO2 canister wasn't glowing, but it could have been the sulfuric acid fumes and the other acid, forgot what it was called, phosphoric acid fumes acting on the outside of the container, which created that. So if it is Wonder Material, it should burn. And then leave iron oxide. Well, that's what it looks like anyway. So I got my power supply set to 5 volts. Where's the other end? Oh, hang on, power on? Yeah, power's on. Hang on, get the LED. Where's an LED when you want it? Back that to the container. Back to front. Yeah. Alright, so we're not sparking. I'm just trying to wave that through it without touching the metal can. No, definitely not. Don't have a lighter on me. Hang on, I'll get back. Alright, not flammable. Hang on, I'll get back. I'll get some Wonder Material and see if that's actually flammable with fire instead of arcing it. Okay, I keep the Wonder Material outside in the crucible because it's flammable from the last video about it. So I got the Wonder Material in there. See if we can actually spark it. Yeah, we're probably not going to get a short properly. Oh, actually, we're here to see if it burns anyway. Yeah, the Wonder Material burns. See? Or it smoulders, I should say. Probably have to crush it up. Yeah, anyway, so this stuff, I'm not sure then what this stuff is. It's magnetic, or it's attracted to magnets, ferrous, so it could be steel, real fine steel particles. Don't know, you can grind it up by hand. That was the outer containers section where the feathers apparently, but I think the feathers may have all burnt. There might be residue, but this stuff is not. This normally grows on the outside of the container wall when it's totally glowing. And in fact, some parts of it is actually like metal. So this is unknown, and the other one I've got it in the jar here on the ball mill. I've got bearings in there, sorry, steel ones. But I ran it through its container. It was in here. It's really fine. That was the activated stuff. And there's, probably can't see it anyway, but there was nothing. I ran the magnets through it like this and it was clean. But you can't run the magnet through that other one. So I'll make it a cell and see what it is, see if it actually works as a thing. Well, I'm not sure how to test it, if it's iron. I'll do some research and look it up. Might be something basic. But yeah, everything in there is totally magnetic. Not one piece, really. But it was strange because it was like hard lumpy bits which were really shiny in the start of the video. Yeah. Alright, so that's that. I'll make a cell. I got oh yeah, I'm crushing this up. I did a test sample. I made a painted some paper towel with this carbon. That was the ones inside the mould, the activated 3 grams of graphite and 8 grams of the sugar carbon, which was already carbonized, crushed, and then mixed into the sulfuric acid and phosphoric acid. So I'm gonna grind this for about 40 hours or something, like the other stuff I had before, and see if there's a difference. This cell has the same sugar carbon but not activated. That's the original one with the 6 layers, and it had 3 layers of the plain sugar carbon but ground for 40 hours. And that still works, that cell. Alright, so that will be the update for today. This is cold enough. Thanks for watching.